Everything is so expensive right now, and I don't understand how people aren't talking about it.
You went back home to the States and realized it was a scam, right?
People be thinking we be crazy for leaving the U.S.
Americans who've been to Southeast Asia, you went back home to the States and realized it was a scam, right? Like, bro, you eat like a king out here for $2 a meal. In the States, you're spending $18, bro, on a Chipotle bowl that looks like it was stomped on. Then they skimp on the chicken, and it's covered in seed oils. And then what are we actually even working for back home? A house we'll never own? You know, you gotta spend 30 years to pay off the mortgage. And then once it's paid off, you owe property taxes until you die. You don't own the fucking thing. Congratulations, you just rented from the government. And then healthcare is literal extortion. Like, if you break your arm, bro, that is $3,000 and a payment plan. Everyone's competing in a game that doesn't even matter. Everyone's buying shit to impress people who they don't even like, who don't even like them. You got these blue-haired freaks destroying the cities of America. Whenever I go back, I can't help but see that we are in the Truman Show in the States. But here in Southeast Asia and shit, even Europe, it's a simple life. It's more affordable. You realize America's not freedom. It's a subscription service with no cancel button. If you don't get it yet, buy my Freedom Protocol guide. I'm not gonna beg, I already left.
Hey yo, shout out to bro for keeping it real. You see what I'm saying? He's right. If you live in America, you are cooked. You feel what I'm saying? If you live in America, you cooked. Point blank, period. They want you to clock in every single day to a job that you hate, log into the matrix, pay bills, and pay this and pay that and pay that every single day, gang. You got to look towards the future. Living in America got y'all cooked, stuck. What you need to do is grab your passport and head overseas. And we need to think about this. Why do you work so hard where you're at in North America? To pay higher fees, cost of living going up every single day, inflation just stealing your purchasing power every single day. If you take your USD, your Canadian dollar, your euro, or your pound overseas, you're going to be living like a king. Guaranteed. I promise you. You see what I'm saying? He's right with everything that he's saying. You pay off the house, you got property tax until you die, gang. That's not fair. We got a lot of people who worked and clocked in for 20, 30, 40 years. What did they get? A pension? Okay, now it's time to live retirement. How about you live retirement right now? You could be living on a villa in Bali, living on a beach in Thailand for a fraction of the cost of what you're paying in North America right now. I promise you, digital nomads are currently on the rise. And as we get into 2030, we're only going to see the numbers increase. You see what I'm saying? Y'all better tap in. Let's get it.
Yesterday, as a collective, we all found out that the minimum wage needs to be $66 today in order to match the buying power of the minimum wage that boomers had in the 1970s. And me and Derek together ruined millions of people's days. We're in it together though, because my day was ruined as well. Thank you, Derek. We all say in unison. But somebody decided to very kindly return the favor and remind us that said boomers who, give us a very hard time about our lattes and avocado toasts and that, we just don't want to work. They are currently living off of Social Security. And who is funding said Social Security? Me and you. And you know what that reminded me of? The fact that not too long ago, they actually let us know that me and you, even though we're funding their Social Security, most likely are not going to be able to get Social Security when we're the boomers' age.
You got to ask yourself a question. When you turn 40, 50, or 60, what do you think the purchasing power of the US dollar will be? Do you think they will increase the inflation, or do you think they will decrease the inflation? Deflation. You see what I'm saying? These are things that we got to think about. The purchasing power, ever since the release of the dollar, has been on the decline. You feel what I'm saying? That's why house prices back in the 90s were so much cheaper as opposed to where they are today. You looking for $1 million property, it's no bang for your buck. The only way you get bang for your buck is if you take that dollar overseas. You take it to Thailand. You take it to places like Vietnam, China. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. The amount of money that they pay us on a daily basis in Canada, in the US, in the UK, across Europe, it don't pan out, bro. It don't pan out. So what's the next move? What's the next move? The best thing to do to beat the matrix is to never feel inflation. So how do we do that? You got to take your money overseas. You got to be somewhere else. You got to be in another country where your purchasing power goes 10 times, 20 times, 30 times more so that you steadily increase your quality of life and begin to live like a king. It's the best way to do it. Tap in. Let's get it.
Everything is so expensive right now, and I don't understand how people aren't talking about it. We don't make enough money. Collectively, we do not make enough money. The price of things are not keeping up with how much we're getting paid. And it's infuriating to me for people to say that people just need to work harder, people need to get different specialized degrees, people need to start their own businesses. That's not the answer. The answer is that billionaires are hoarding wealth. And this system is set up to fail. And I'm just infuriated by it. I can't get ahead. Every month I try to get ahead and I can't get ahead. And I don't know how to cope with that. I don't know how to cope with that. Everything is so expensive, especially in the last 6 months. I can barely get by. So I don't know how I'm supposed to retain hope.
All right, we need to start making this normal, right? So 35-year-old American moved to China, pays $278 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment. I didn't move to China, but 3 years ago, I moved to Latin America. And I could tell you right now, and I'm so serious when I say this, I will never move back to the USA, right? I live better, I live cheaper, I have better weather, I have nicer people. Everything about where I live now overseas is better overall, right? The food is better, it's natural, the people are nicer, and they're not angry, they're not mean, they're not stuck up like in the USA. USA is just dog eat dog, everybody's just on a fuck you, pay me type of attitude, and I don't want to be around it. Not to mention, I like warm weather. I don't want to be in sticky, humid weather that you experience in USA summers, or because I'm from New Jersey, the brutal and cold winters, right? I like nice weather, and that's what I experience 365 days year round where I live. Not to mention, I live on literally a fifth, maybe even a tenth of what I would live on for the type of lifestyle I live overseas if I were to live it in America. So I'm super happy where I live. I live about 3 or 4 hours from Miami. So if I need to get back to the USA, I can, but I'm saving literally 90% of my income. I live better, I live cheaper, I eat better food, and it's overall just such a better lifestyle. So listen, if you want to live overseas, you can 1000% do it. You need to find a avenue or a vehicle that can allow you to make money online, virtually, remotely, whether it's making money online in a whole or running a business virtually to the United States. I did that by running a diabetic medical commodities business. I've been doing that for the past 10 years, but you can go with any avenue. But let's start doing this more. Fuck living in the USA. USA is good for making money and creating opportunity and going from nothing to something and building wealth. But to live in long-term living, I don't think so.
Everybody is waking up to this. Everyone is waking up to the fact that, hey, it just doesn't make any sense. They're charging you way too much to live here. You see what I'm saying? If you're looking at saving money, investing, it's way too hard to do that, especially when you're living paycheck to paycheck. So we got to look at a couple things here. One, lifestyle. On a daily basis, how are you trying to live? Are you able to eat out at least maybe, 3 to 5 times a week? Is that considered a luxury for you? When you live overseas, that's every day. Are you able to go to the gym every single day? Do the things you love to do. Have the lifestyle that you want to live. Where you're at in North America, if your rent is $1,500 to $2,000 to $2,500 a month, do you think it's actually worth it to pay for a 1-bedroom apartment for $1,500 a month? Think about that, bro. It ain't worth it. You see what I'm saying? They're going to tell you to make more money, just work harder. But what about working smarter? What about having your money work for you, having higher purchasing power, living on a beach, eating amazing food that doesn't come with all the preservatives, being more healthy, living more holistically? What about all that? How can you do that in a country that's designed to set you back? Every single check, every single month, it's a new expense. You see what I'm saying, bro? Paying $278 a month on a condo, 3-bedroom apartment, you're not getting that in North America. We got to get really real about the situation here and start looking long term. Next thing you know, you wake up, it's 2030. What you going to do? Everything as far as cost of living, they will increase it exponentially over the next 5 years. So you got to think about what you want to do. As long as you make money online, you're able to travel, go anywhere you want to go, and live like a king. Tap in, let's get it.
People be thinking we be crazy for leaving the U.S. I'm in Thailand right now. I just came from 7-Eleven and I'm about to show y'all what I paid for some snacks, you feel me? So boom, all this cold ice cream, candy, all these chips, right? Even a little sandwich, everything I got, right? And y'all can see the total 206. $6.25 US for all that. Come on now, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. Win is a win, bro. And it's views like this that I wake up to. Come on now, bro. Stop playing, bro.
Yo, did you see all that food he got? Now, we're not normalizing eating candy and drinking pop and soda and all these things, but it just goes to show you. He pulled up to a 7-Eleven and got all of that stuff for $6. $6 US. You're not getting that where you at. You probably get at least maybe 2 things out of what he got for $6. So we got to think about things. It costs way less to live in these cheaper countries. Bro pulled up. He was at his crib. He looking out at the beachfront. Guarantee his spot is going for anywhere between $300 to $700 a month. You're not waking up seeing a beach where you're at for that price. And with that being said, it's your boy Plug World. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. I know y'all missed me. We about to get back into things. We about to get back reacting to these videos. Holla at your boy. Like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Let's get it.